Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the abandoned marble quarry. You made it. So I'm gonna have to make this episode pretty quick because the sun's almost setting down. So what I'm planning on doing is just setting up a top rope solo, maybe off this tree here. Looks pretty solid. There's some rot over here in the middle, but I don't think this tree is going anywhere. We have to give it the good old test. Yeah, okay. So this tree's not going anywhere. We'll anchor off this baby. I'll show you how I anchor it. And I guess we'll just fill this episode with fun facts as well, because I'm not used to doing just vloggy type stuff. I like actually teaching some stuff that makes it worthwhile. Fun fact number one, this is a marble quarry. So what is marble? There are three types of rock types. You have sedimentary rock, which is easy to remember. It's made from sediment, different layers of sediment from different weights. They stack on top of each other. Then you have igneous rock, which is from lava cooling down, whether it cools down slowly or quickly. And then you have metamorphic rock, which is what marble is. Marble is actually limestone that is metamorphosized, which means it's gone through a change, usually from pressure or heat or whatnot. So marble's thought to be, I think it's limestone that metamorphosized into marble, which is, it's a pretty hard rock. I don't remember if I've climbed on this stuff before, and it feels it almost feels like it has a chalky, grainy substance to it. It actually feels really good to climb, but it's also pretty, well, here at least, the parts that are over there, it's super solid, but over here, everything's breaking apart, and maybe that's from the quarrying process. So let's just, I'll show you how I set this up. 7:30 right now. It's in the bag. So we got our helmet. We're gonna need that because we're gonna be dropping a whole bunch of rocks, trying to loosen up to see if we can get a route that goes. I'm gonna use my black static line. We got some shoes here, my sender's harness, the Ferrari of top rope soloing devices, the Taz Love 2. I think they're coming out with some new ones. They might have a Taz 3, or I even heard of a Taz 4. I don't know if I was getting trolled or not. But anyway, we got some other doodads here, odds and ends. Let's see how far of a fall this is if we can calculate it. Okay, so let's first see if we can calculate the distance just by dropping a rock. If I was over a cliff and this wasn't water, I'd be tied in. I'm not tied in. I gotta be super careful here. Always tie in when you're next to the edge. Respect the edge. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Ready? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, almost 3 seconds. So 9.8 meters squared. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna be able to figure that out. I'll measure it and I'll let you know. If you could guess it, put it in the comments. And if you could figure it out from that rock falling, I'll be very impressed. Whoever gets closest, I'll pin you in the comments. Slight change of plans. I think I'm gonna go off this tree, and then I'm gonna bring it right over this edge, and then I'm gonna see if this goes right here, right in this corner. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about my knot of choice that I'm gonna be putting around this tree here. Now, because I don't want my rope sitting all the way down underwater, I'm only gonna be letting maybe half of this rope out. So because I'm gonna be doing like a mid knot, I'll show you the type of knot I'm gonna be using. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna tie a bowline here like this. I'll grab this here, grab this end here. I'm gonna do a little loop-de-loop. If you know how to tie a bowline from watching my videos, you know. And then I go like this, and I put this here. Now, that's a bowline, but this tail isn't secured. So we're gonna secure that tail so that it's impossible for that to come off. And you could just, I'll pass another little half hitch here and then clip it, and that ain't going anywhere. The 2 loops are giving the tree a little bit more protection rather than 1 loop. I mean, it's not a real big issue, but we're getting 2 loops on here, which is giving a little bit more buffering. And I know for a fact I'll be able to get that bowline off without an issue at all. So, okay, I have a Jumar just in case I can't get out of there. I should put my helmet on. put my helmet on just in case a rock decides to, I miss a rock and it decides to come and hit me in the head. Being in a rush to make a video is a good way to get hurt. So even though I want to beat the clock and not run out of daylight, I gotta be careful. Okay, so that everything looks good here. Harness is on. Okay, should be good to go. Let's take a look. I guess I'll be filming the rest with my cell phone. I should get a GoPro and put it on my head. Subscribe so I could get so I could buy a GoPro. So as you can see, me unclipping and clipping next to the edge is not what I would do if I was over a cliff. But you could just see how loose some of the stuff is around here. Just rocks sitting on top of each other. So if I was going to come up here for the first time, it wouldn't be up from the bottom. I mean, look at this stuff. It's just teetering on top of itself. It's pretty sketchy. I might have to just swim out of here. I don't even know if I'm going to want Jumar back up this. Things are getting pretty sketchy here. Let's get closer and look at what all this, what is this thing? Just giant things just balancing on this? Oh man, sketchy. But the water looks super clear and deep. I can't see the bottom at all. I don't even know how far down that goes. Maybe I should take up scuba diving and check that out. Now, some types of rock, like shale, you just never get to anything solid. It's always loose. But this stuff is really loose. Now, you don't want to mash your rope down there at the bottom. So, I want to keep, it'd be actually better if my rope was way off to the side somewhere so I don't drop any rocks on my tail down there. Let's see what is loose and what's not loose. I'm gonna flip this camera around. That's gonna be fun in editing. Ooh. Yeah, I don't want that falling down on my head. Nope. Nope, don't want that on my head. Nope. Widen my leg, I don't want that on my shin either. Nope. Definitely not. Definitely don't want that on my head. Nope, you can go. This is like another job. Nope. Definitely not. Some fishes must be really freaking out right now. I'm telling you what, it's not giving me any confidence on wanting to climb on this. Is this good? This is bad too. I'm not too far away. I could still back out if I want to. Sometimes when they go over edges, sometimes and things are sketchy, the tree branches like catch your shirt and they're like, no, don't go, stay up here. That's kind of what was happening to me. It's like everything up there is saying, come back up. It's safe up here. But then you don't get any climbing done. Okay. Well, it looks like that. Well, you don't know you're on really brand new stuff unless you got a whole bunch of loose stuff. That's when you know you're on virgin rock. Okay, so my rope is going to be bouncing around over here. We got to worry about sharp edges and stuff like that. So far, that looks okay. If I'm Jumaring up here, my rope's going to be going lean. So this doesn't look too worrisome. I don't know if I want my rope rather over here. So it looks okay. I'm not too freaked out about that. The rope's not going to be doing too much bouncing because it's a static line. Okay, I think that mostly clears this section. Probably this stuff is loose too. So we'll clear some more of this stuff so it doesn't fall on my head and we'll continue down. So it looks like I sure know how to pick them. I dropped a whole bunch of boulders from over there. Looks like most of the loose stuff is off of there. This looks like a very tricky climb. This is like an overhang right here. Maybe I'll go down there and look up at this, but this looks very technical and tricky, almost like a ret over here. But it looks like you could undercling this thing. Oh, my rope's bouncing around. Yeah, okay. Looks like there's something over here. This looks pretty loose. Yeah, I don't want that on my head. There's something so fun about dropping rocks in the water, isn't there? Man, this is this looks like a job. It looks like it take me a couple days to do all this. Now, what really worries me is if you listen to this, very solid. Listen to this, not so solid. And that's this whole big iceberg sitting over here. It's got a big crack out of it. So will that go or not? I don't know. It looks kind of wedged in there. It's got a crack. Oh boy, this is the stuff that that route setters, I guess, have to go through, and people don't really know about when they find new stuff. I mean, there's a whole lot of rock removal that you have to do before you get to something that people climb all day on. Okay, well, I'd be lying if I didn't say this thing wasn't freaking me out. I feel like the whole world's attached to this piece. If I drop it, it's just like, I feel like everything's gonna come down. I mean, it shakes, it wiggles when I kick it. I pulled some of the big stuff over above it. I don't know. I just don't know. Here's a it looks like there's a really easy exit over here, but a lot of loose crap too. I mean, over this way is definitely doable if I want to get out of here and not get wet. Okay, so here's the underside of that rock, which is exactly where I don't want to be. You see this crack right here? So basically this rock is floating. I thought maybe it went way back there and was sitting on something, but it's not. It's like just kind of sitting. But is it wedged in there like a nut? Maybe. So maybe it isn't going anywhere. I don't want it falling on me though. This one's giving me a little bit of worry, but I mean, I kicked it, so let's kick it again. I don't think it's going anywhere today. Maybe with a crowbar. So I started pulling out on it and it started moving. I was like, what would it be like to climb on it? So I started pulling right here. It starts moving, so. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's so freaking scary. It's making my balls tingle. Oh. Ooh. I don't know what to do about that. I'm just gonna YOLO this thing. I'm gonna trundle this thing. Let's see. It's gotta go. It's definitely gonna go. I need to get a GoPro. Put it on my head. You've gone too far, Rock. You must go. Maybe we'll get to a point where it's just so wedged it won't go anywhere. Oh shit, there goes my rope. I think if I had two hands, I'd be able to rip this rock out, but holding one with the phone is just impossible. You can see right here, right there's a little circle drill part, so that's how they ripped this whole cliff apart. Drilling holes. I don't know if they blew it up with dynamite or not, or what they did, but holy. Well, that's that. So anyway, I think this goes without saying. What I'm doing here is extremely dangerous and shouldn't be done by anybody. So leave it to the clowns like me who clowny things, okay? You don't want to be found floating in a quarry. Parents would not enjoy that one. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Looks like that's about everything. So let's go down there and take a look up. So we just had a little bit of a climbing fail. A rock came down, hit me right, little rock, tiny one. I got rid of all the big ones, but a tiny one came down, hit me in the mouth, and bit my lip. You know, it's bleeding. It's got a boo-boo over here. So that was about enough for me to say, forget this, get the hell out. So I'm gonna climb back out, and I don't know which way I'm gonna climb back out. Funny enough, this cliff is probably safer to jump off of into the water than it is to climb up. There's a fish down there. There's a little fishy swimming around down there. You ever have one of those ideas and later on you're just like, man, that was really dumb? I feel like this is one of those ideas. I mean, this thing right here, it's just like a man killer. And I just feel like this whole freaking thing is just one giant piece of rock that wants to kill me. Everything's just so loose and kind of overhanging. I feel like maybe I'll make a whole part 2 to this thing or something. I feel like it's time to go to bed. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit this and be like part 2, go climb it, or move on to something else. No one makes me bleed my own blood. I mean, this whole big thing, this giant piece here, right? There's a rat. I mean, just that whole thing looks like it's coming off, you know? So sketchy. I feel like I don't even want to put my rope weight on it. I'm gonna dip out of here. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna climb up this. Make my way like a goat and just bail out of there. I feel like attached to this rope is a death sentence. I can't jump away or anything. Maybe like coming back with a crowbar and crowing bar and stuff. I don't even know if it's worth it. But right here looks like if everything was solid and not trying to fall off and kill me, I feel like it would be like a really interesting climb. Well, this stuff right here feels so solid. But this stuff that's kind of overhanging over your head that wants to kill you, super sketch. Super sketch, but let me tell you, it's nice and quiet. Nobody around but bugs chirping. Some stuff here looks like it would be interesting. So a whole lot of cleaning would have to be done here. I don't even know if it could get clean or if it just would keep falling apart forever. So weird, it's all broken apart. Maybe they're like using some kind of dynamite or something and everything's just totally fractured apart and falling. It's not natural. Maybe that's one thing with the quarry. I was swimming over there and I was climbing on that stuff. That's all super solid. Nothing's falling off it over there. Over here, just like, well, I've said it 1,000 times. I don't even want to do more up and bounce around on this stuff. I just want to get out of here. Maybe I'll do a part 2. I don't know. So here's my line. I'm escaping to the exit stage left. You can see this thing that's like this arete that's like pulled away with that thing wedged in there. It feels so heavy that I was hitting it and whacking it. It doesn't feel like it's moved anywhere, but it's just so sketchy. It feels like I could just imagine it falling right now, and then I'd be like, well, I almost died. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely easier stuff to deal with than what's over here. This is just the highest part of the cliff. So I figured, hey, what the hell not? Why the hell not? But, you know, I just don't feel like becoming squashed. Sun is definitely starting to set now. Here's a better look at this, what I'm calling a death block. It's just really big piece that probably weighs a couple tons that I was right next to. Yeah, I don't like the look of that thing. I'd rather that fall and not fall with it. If that was gone, things would probably be way more solid. There's this whole thing right here is cracked off. Look, that's loose, and that's loose. This thing must have been dynamited away at some point. What really sucked about that Rockfall, it just whacked me in the lip. It was about like the size of this, but I heard it go tink tink, and then I was like, oh, what's that? And I looked up, and it went bop, and it hit me right in the mouth. Maybe it's better just to not look up and just take it in the head. Take it in the hard hat, helmet. You know what's funny? All my vlogs seem to be me doing super sketchy stuff. I think the last vlog I did was like fatal mistake or something like that, where I was just like trying to solo something, but also think about like top rope soloing. So I guess this is like trending for me. I like to do super sketchy stuff when I vlog. Oh man, well, I'm out of that death trap. Well, I think I made a good decision to bail. I mean, I'm all alone in the woods. Nobody here. Sun's going down. Nobody knows where I am. So, yeah, all they'd find is that, and I'd be a statistic. So, I think I'll just wrap this episode here and see what you guys think. Maybe what I'll do next time is I'll just, if I'll do a part 2, I'll just do stuff like over there, which is like maybe 20 feet, less than 20 feet high. Do some bouldery stuff. You know, over there, you don't got to worry about some man killers taking you out. You know, and it's much more fun. You don't want to do this stuff, this kind of stuff. If anything, I'd like this video to warn people to not do what I just did, because I think what I'm going to find is that quarries are blasted, which means that the rock is very fractured all the way. Let me turn the camera. The rock is extremely fractured all the way through. So like, even if you were climbing on granite, you might take it for granted that it's granite, but actually it's a bunch of, you know, broken, fractured rock for going back to who knows how far. Now, if I went down there with the crowbars and gave it a second try, I don't know how long it would take till I got to something that was like bedrock, you know, where it was like, well, you know, there's no problem climbing this. Taking one rock in the mouth, it's knocked enough sense into me to say, go do something it's a little more fun. Well, nice little sunset in the background. Josh Perry climbing out of here. I'm gonna try to get this video up, edited tonight, so this will be like what I did yesterday. So leave all the comments down below what you thought about that. I think if I had like a couple friends, a couple crowbars, and you just keep cleaning that thing, you get to a point where there isn't a I'm just repeating myself at this point. I don't know. We'll have a discussion down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the video. Josh Perry climbing out of here. By the way, thank you, Mammut, for sending me that helmet. It works. That was a great, that's what that was all about. It was just testing gear. That's all that was. Your helmet works excellent. So I feel like I already said this, but I have a feeling like I have to say it again. Do not try that at home, because you'll likely get, this is my mess of a camper right now. The wifey's gone, so I don't have to clean, right? So now, gonna make myself some food and kill all the mosquitoes that just flew in here, and coil up my ropes, big mess, and then get my computer on this and clean up a bit, make myself some dinner, and then get to editing. And I don't know if this part's even gonna make it into the video, but I think I'm gonna make a video on why I chose a camper over a like van conversion. And if that interests you, I'm gonna take my boots off. I had my furnace on while my fan was sucking out air, so I'm making it cold while I'm making it hot, like a complete noob in here. Let's see if my this is the most vloggiest vlog episode ever. You want to talk about scars? I got a scar right here I'll tell you about one day. Climb and put some hair on your chest, you know what I mean? Oh boy. Alright, well, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Maybe this will just put this in. I gotta clean up and make dinner. Oh boy. This fake marble countertop is starting to talk to me. Damn marble.